All right. I think we're rolling. What's up, everybody? Back with another stream. Thursday night. Was initially planning on streaming tonight, but I'm driving up to Idaho tomorrow for the state championships. Probably try to do a little coding up there. We'll see, but we definitely won't be streaming. So I wanted to hop on tonight. Got a whole bunch of clothes hanging behind me. Did laundry, getting ready to pack for Idaho. So just ignore those. I don't think I'm going to put too much time into any major features. I think the plan tonight is to go through the to-do list and start checking off some small stuff that all needs to get done at some point anyways. And not knowing how long I'm going to stream tonight, I'd rather be able to do some things to completion, check them off the list. So that's what we're going to do. Haven't done any coding, really any coding, since I streamed yesterday. We're actually finally starting to make some progress on things now that I got the state management figured out, which has been wonderful. First thing we're going to do, so for adding courses into the app, all of that's done. I already finished that, but I didn't want to display the whole averages. So right now, I believe when we go to courses, and I say believe because I don't quite remember, when I click, we get this information, which the display is kind of weird. Regardless, I'll have to look at that. Minor issue, the information's there. But I want to display the whole average as well. Let me, just to make sure I'm on top of this here, I gotta plug the laptop in first. Disappeared. There we go. It's funny, I made the new Throw at the Pros YouTube, and you get I'm getting all of the like generic YouTube recommendations. Go to live. Pull the chat up. Disappeared. Oh, there we go. Let's not do that. All right. Just in case anybody decides to hop on, we'll have it ready. And to make sure that I'm actually still rolling. But yeah, so we want to display the whole averages. So let's go over to courses menu. And then I've got a dialog here, so we're showing our list of all the courses, which is this view. When you add more courses, this will be a scroll. You can see it's not really scrolling right now because there's only one course, but when you add more, you'll be able to scroll through them. So that's what this widget is here. And then on pressed, we're showing a dialog, which is the pop-up with the course information. So this is the dialog. So here we've got location, number of holes, hole number, par number, length, and that's a for loop. And so then what I'll probably do, I don't think there's room to add it to the side, nor do I want to. I think maybe I throw length underneath and loop it in with the whole average. Let's try that. So what I'm thinking is does this scroll? It does not scroll. I'm wondering if we're going to run out of room, if this is going to have to be thrown in a scroll view. I would like to avoid that. Let's do this and we'll see how it looks. Length, and let's throw some spaces, whole average, and this is going to be course whole averages, course pressed whole. So let's try that. See how this looks. Not incredible. Certainly not incredible. Let's do this and this. did update, right? Why is the align column text align center? Whole, that's aligned to the start. Am I minimizing the fit here? Fitted box, is that what the issue is? That might be what the issue is. Okay, we can look at that later. We are displaying the whole averages, but the issue is we are only showing 9 holes. If we get to 18, that is going to be dicey. There's just really not a better way for me to display that. Because I guess here we can test it. I can say test 18 is what we'll call it. And let's throw in 20 holes just because. Scroll through this, go to review, add to list. Oh, I do have it set up as a scroll view. Oh, scrollable, true. Okay, so never mind. That's not an issue, we can definitely scroll. Good to know. I like how these are showing constantly at the end, which because it's scrollable, I want this course difficulty to be up towards the top. So let's go do that. Let's copy the whole thing. Get rid of that extra space in the line because I don't like those, that bugs me. Got text, course names, location, number of holes, and then here I want this. And actually we can just, to make that easier, we can do this. There we go. So now that should show the course difficulty at the top, which is good. This will just be the scroll view for the holes. I'll figure out how to make that not on center and get rid of the brackets. That's definitely something we want to look at. Length is shown as 0 because I didn't add any in. That's how it's supposed to show. I'm going to default set that to 300 feet. Let's go ahead and do that real quick while I'm thinking about it. Add holes. So here we go. If is less than 0 is equal to false, else. Oh, so that's still less than 0. Doesn't work as -5. It's equal to 0. Let's just go less than or equal to. What was that? Why did pen get added? There we go. All right. So now if you add a course, don't put in distances, it'll just auto set it to 300, just so it's not saying 0. I think that looks better. We're showing the par, we're showing the whole average. Whole average of 0 is interesting. Not entirely sure why that's set up that way. Clearly it's pulling this. I'll go through that. We'll take a look at that one. But yeah, so now we've got the whole averages shown. This doesn't look great, but I think I'm going to call it okay for now. It's, I think, kind of fits into that realm of not pretty, but it is functional. So we'll call that good. I have an item, separate item in the to-do list for making things prettier, more aesthetic. So we can go and cross this one off. Whole average is displayed when the course is selected, and then user add courses is done. So done with that. Functionality within the settings. Let's go take a look at that. So in the settings, so last live stream we did the username, we did female protected divisions. In the background, I'm not going to touch right now. There's a pretty good chance that that is gone for beta testing to start. It may not be there at app release either. That's an idea that I had in the initial app. It'll probably eventually be in the app. The idea is that part of the progression, you'll be able to update your background for this page based on achievements, etc. Minimal, not overly important, but not going to do it right now. Reset tutorials. That's an easy one we can do. Should be easy. Let's give it a shot. Where's my settings at? It's down here. Settings view. So we've got our button here for reset tutorials, and what we want to do here is we can probably just create a function to do it. That's probably fine. Tutorials async. Okay, and we want this. And then I essentially just need the when I'm reading tutorials. So when I go through the courses, I think I'm trying to remember if I update this variable already that tracks all the tutorials. I think it's in here. It's not in here. I just got rid of it. That just dismisses and pops the context. Okay. So maybe, do I do it on the main menu? Down here. Also in the dialog. I don't, so both of those just pop. Okay. Well, we're doing it for the first time then. Do I have a tutorials key? I do have a tutorials key that's going to be related to this. And so essentially we'll just need to set them all to false and then save it in the defaults. We can actually probably just call, it's probably better. Let's just create the variable in here. Never mind. I'm hesitant to do that. I think this is going to be a state management thing where I may end up restructuring this. And I'd rather not have to restructure that function right now. That's something that I can do separately. It'll work just fine. Still be very readable. Just leaving it here. And then I can always clean it up a bit later. But, so we are going to tutorials completed is 23. Is that right? We should just have a final number of tutorials. I can probably just do the length of this. I probably don't even need that. Let's try that first. Do I have tutorials in here? I do. Okay. False. For var t equals 1, t is less than tutorials dot tutorials completed dot length. What don't we like here? Tutorials completed isn't defined for type tutorials. Man, it sure looks defined. What is not? Is it a parentheses thing? No? How was I, did I have it shown how I was calling the, just like that. Tutorials. Do I need the arrow? Or no, that's just for that. Tutorials dot tutorials completed dot length. Number of tutorials. Does that work? See, that doesn't even work. I can't even call that variable. Can't be accessed using static access. This is something that's going to change because the way I have the state management set up, they look just completely different. And this will probably follow suit. This is certainly going to follow suit. But I don't want to mess with that right now. So instead, we're going to do this as a note to myself to change it later. the issue here? Const. Why not final? Was I not using? Have I not used final before? Am I losing it? Final? What is unique here? Try replacing final with const. All right. That is fine. And then there should be a way to initialize an array. I wonder how. Let's do a quick little Google search here. All right, so we've got list filled, number of tutorials, false. I think that's fine. So we can do a little test here, print tutorials, reset tutorials. And then what we're going to do is set tutorials dot. I'm not even going to be able to do this because I haven't changed state provider. All right, what we can do is we can set it to the user preferences. Let me get this back up and rolling. There we go. Set string, and then we need to encode it, which let's go here. I think this is going to be what I want. Yes. Let's just copy this and then we'll adjust settings. Completed key. Tutorials. JSON encode I don't have there. But this was the worst file to try to pull it from. I believe it's this one. The right import, update that. Yeah, and we're good to go. No error there anymore. Let's be a little more specific here. Let's call this reset tutorials. Reset tutorials. Reset tutorials. All right, and then we'll do a little reload. We'll go to settings, check to make sure that that's working okay. Reset tutorials. Oh, well. I've done this a few times now. It would help if I called the function. Take two. All right, and we've got our tutorials reset. Whoa, down here. Looks good to me. Okay, and then we need to update tutorial state management to pods, then update those variables here. So I don't quite get to check that one off the list. Not finishing settings functionality anyways, but at least some progress there. That button does something. Reset all progress. I'm going to hold off on that one for the time being. Not crucial. Let's keep rolling here. Update dialog. We can do that real quick. I just want to update this to say become a pro. I think that sounds a little bit better. Main menu. Where is upgrade? Here we go. Yeah. I think that looks better. And then is there a way to navigate to the specific page of the shop? Certainly. This is a tab view. This is all this code for the shop, which is, yes, a pain. All right, there's the length. Those are the tabs, app bar, default tab controller, initial index. There we go. So right now we're going to set this initial index 0. I'm going to add, make this a variable so that become a pro button on main menu can navigate straight to IAP. So this shouldn't change anything with functionality right now. If I go to the shop, it should still show this page first, but the idea is that I want to, this is the page where you'll buy the subscription if you want to play the Pro Tour seasons, and ideally this button goes straight to that page. And I'll be able to update that with this variable here. So, can do that at a later date. I'm going to go down here and we're just going to add a comment, go through all remaining comments and files and update code accordingly, just because I need that check, or else I'll forget to go through comments. Nope, no caps lock. Add. Okay, go back up. This is done. No other IAPs. So, yeah, just I feel like I mentioned this when I was working on it, but there's going to be the Pro subscription. This is going to be a monthly fee of 99 cents. Pretty cheap. At the end of the year, it's going to come out to probably cheaper than any disc you're going to buy. And we know those discs aren't going to improve your game, but this might. So I think worth it. But yeah, starting off at 99 cents a month. That's the only in-app purchase. I may have it to where you can buy currency if people want to get a head start. But that's absolutely not a requirement to use the app. You can earn the currency just by playing tournaments normally. So the only one that's going to actually unlock new features is going to be this 99 cents a month. Did that, course information, unit of measurement. Let's go ahead and add a toggle right now in the settings. So I want you right now, you put in distance and it's just a number. It's 300. It doesn't say 300 feet. It doesn't say 300 meters, but I want it to. So we're going to add a toggle here. This page really doesn't look good. It'd probably look better if I just got rid of the boxes. Excuse me. I added them just to kind of create some degree of separation, but they're not great. But we'll leave it right now. And I want one of these toggle switches. And then we're going to basically do the exact same thing that we've done for the female protected divisions in terms of the code structure. But it's going to be for the unit of measurement. Let's go to, not app management, settings. Where are user settings at? Is that down here? It is. Okay. Static. Oh, I already created the variable for it. I'm ahead of the game. Unit of measurement feet. Okay. There we go. It's not a bool. How to go about this? Let's do a little type here. Quick Google search. Doing a little ChatGPT search here. Oh, okay. That's easy. Is FPO mode on? So here, if this is true, it shows 0, otherwise it shows 1. So if this is true, we'll make feet the default is equal to 1, 0. I think so. I think that's what we want, okay? And then we're going to come here and take this toggle, not even the toggle, we need to copy the stack just so we're being consistent. So now we've got another stack that's exactly the same. This one is going to say units. We'll keep it as that for now. We'll leave red and blue. Doesn't really need to change. This one should say meters, and feet is equal to unit of measurement selections, excuse me. Unit of measurement selection, unit of measurement selection, user settings dot unit of measurement equals meters. Let's do it underscore just so I can use this exact same value in tournaments. I don't have to underscore it in tournaments because at 300 feet, feet's not going to be capitalized. So let's go adjust that here. This should be this. Where are we at? This is female protected. This is units. These are all fine. This one we'll just add another function that's going to be the exact same thing. Unit of measurement. We can just leave that like that. That's fine. String unit. Default set bool. Unit of, do I have a key? Nope, I don't, so we'll do that real quick. And again, the keys here are just to make sure that I'm using the same string throughout and don't have any issues where a typo is preventing me from writing or reading the incorrect value. That's the goal. Unit of measurement key, unit of measurement. So even if I have a typo here, this makes sure that I use that exact same typo everywhere else. Which we don't want to typo anywhere, but this will reduce the number of errors that I have. This is going to be a set string, and this is unit. Okay. And then I need to read it. And this should be the same thing where this is further up the chain than everything below it. So I shouldn't have any issues with needing it to update via the state management setup. It should just do it automatically because it's always getting reloaded in any view that's actually going to use it. Yeah, okay. And then here we need to load it in. Download user settings is where? Right here. Lovely. User settings dot unit of measurement equals defaults dot get string unit of measurement key. And if it doesn't exist, we want it to default to feet, lowercase. Boom. All right, that should be pretty solid. Those need to be wider. We can immediately see that. Feet, meters. If I go to meters, it's there. If I reload, does it still show meters? Oh, it did not. That did, though. Interesting. Settings. Off. Set string unit of measurement. Key unit. Unit of measurement key. If it does exist, it defaults to feet, but it should exist after I set it. Did I actually update it? Did I do the exact same thing again? I did. Save unit measurement. Meters. Feet. I don't like how these are the double quotes. So we're going to change that. Meters. Okay. That silly issue out of the way. Now we should work. So I'm going to set these both on. We'll go out. They're both still on. And if I reload, they should still both be on. Boom. Okay. Good to go. Let's see if we can make that a little wider real quick. Mid width. This one let's set to be 100. Yeah. That's better. Also, doesn't look incredible, but that's better. You can always clean it up later, but we've got unit of measurement. You can select it. Now the only thing left to do would be to make use of that. Make use of that variable throughout the rest of the app. Oh, not meet. Beat. So then I could come into like courses and click here, and length could show 300 feet. Although I don't really know if I have room for that. So that one's a TBD. But we've got the variable. So this is not great. We don't have the conversion, but that's at least a start. So we'll leave that one there. Let's take a crack at this one. So we've got courses. I would like to be able to delete courses. Just in case you end up adding like 20 courses to your list and want to clean it up a little bit. Let's say you like travel to Maple Hill and want to add Maple Hill in the app, but you don't actually live next to Maple Hill. You want to be able to delete Maple Hill once you leave. Just so it's not always available for selection and serving as a reminder that it's better than whatever course you're actually playing. All right, so courses menu. We'll click on the dialog and we've got our dismiss button. So here we're going to wrap this in a row. Wrap it in a row. Let's do main axis alignment. Main axis alignment dot space evenly. Yes. And then center. And then this one's going to go delete course. How easy do I want this to be? Do we need an additional confirmation? It's going to pop up a button here. Do we want an additional button? let's try this. I have a state here, courses set state. Okay. So delete course state. Like so. Confirm delete equals true. That'll update, which will bring us to this. And then here, let's go and do a little formatting. And then we're going to copy, plop it down here. Going to be a row, we'll still space evenly. Then I want one more of these. And this one is just going to say text. Should be the whole thing. Elevated button. Delete. Cancel. So this one we can actually just leave. Course's set state is equal to false. This one we're going to say delete course. Do I have this set up for the proper state management? I don't think I do. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Of course, personal lifts. Budget ref. I gotta remember how I even did what I did. Where's ref coming in? Where did I add it? It's not even there. Okay. Well, what we can do is just try to copy it and see what happens. So I'm going to take this code and we're going to end up going through something very similar to delete it. Can this one be add course review? I'm sure we could add it if we needed to. We can leave it in here. This will probably be the only spot that we need it. Void delete course async. And then that is widget ref. Widget ref. And I wonder, can I actually okay, how did I call it? Just ref. Yeah, that's believe it's called the exact same way. It doesn't like something about it. That is for sure. Okay. JSON functions we need here. And that should, I think, get rid of a decent number of the errors. Yep, this is good. All right, let's figure this out. Delete course. That's not working. Where is ref here? Widget ref. Is that the issue? Did I not? It's definitely not the same. Yep. Okay. So that got rid of that. New course names. This is all fine. So here we're setting it up to be the same list. Then here I need int course. And then we're basically going to go through all these and say new course names dot remove at course. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. And we need 6 of those. Copy these in. Those are done. Update course name. So here we're updating the variable. Everything else kind of takes care of itself. New course we don't need. Courses is equal to course info decoded. Courses dot remove at course, and then save it. Yeah, so the only thing we don't need is this. We're just not adding it, we're just removing a value. And I think that should be it. Then we just call it up here, and we're good. What is my for loop here? Courses list view, course pressed. And I have another course in here, so we can try it. Let's give it a go. That was a lot of coding without testing it once, but hopefully this will work out. Courses, we've got our 2 courses. Click here, we've got our buttons. Dismiss works fine. If I go delete course, this shows if I go cancel, we're back. Lovely. Delete course, actually delete it. Not actually deleted. Definitely still there. And just remove that course. Course is equal to 1, right? If I confirm and delete it, did I actually call the variable? I did. Delete course. Delete. So this is working. It is only the course. But we are getting this error. List dynamic. List int. not sure what the issue is here. Deleting the course. We load the course in. We've got our variables. We update the variables. So I have, and then we'll come in here and I just want a clear path of how this looks. Print new course names before delete. New course names. And then I want the exact same thing. I want after delete to make sure I'm actually deleting the right course. New course names. Those are all right. Here we're decoding the course info. Which is the same thing we're doing when we're adding. We're deleting courses. And then here, let's just go print courses value. Courses. And let's see what that comes back at. Let's do a quick refresh. It may have deleted it now and it just wasn't updating for some reason, which would be interesting. That is not the case, so this still works. Delete courses, delete. So none of this code is running. That's good to know. So it's encountering an issue before it even runs, which makes sense as to why it's not deleting. All right, Flutter list dynamic is not a subtype of list. What is list dynamic? What's not working? Does it have to do with the remove at? It doesn't seem like it because this is not running, right? We're not even getting to this point. So somewhere up here it's having an issue. But that's all code that lines up with what we had in the course review when we're adding courses. So it shouldn't be an issue. It must be something about these. But I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't think I changed anything. I'm fairly certain I just copied the code over. Is there anything else I'm doing here? No. I should at least pop the context so that thing closes. So we can do that. Navigator dot. Where's pop? Navigator of courses context. I think that should be what this says too. There's a way to get out of it, right? No, you just click outside of it. Okay. All right, so deleting is not working, and I'm not sure why. Delete course. On press child text delete. And then we're getting the error. This dynamic is not a subtype of type list of a 2D array. I don't even think I'm calling a 2D array, which is, I guess, is where I'm confused. These are all 3D arrays, but I guess when so here course info decoded personal, then I'm making it a 2D array. So these are 2D arrays. But is that not the same thing I did? If I go add a course, does this work? Call it array test. Go to review. I did. What did I just change? Shoot. So I'm now getting the exact same issue. But I didn't change anything, did I? Is this the issue? I'm redoing something here. Is that the issue? No, that's how it's at here. Surely that didn't fix it, right? This new issue is interesting. We can see what list dynamic is. Add test review. That's annoying. I swear I didn't change anything. Something's not working. But if I went to redo, I didn't change anything. Because if I redo, it's deleting this stuff that I'd already created. That's not doing what I want to do. Redo, redo, redo. Oh, is it shift? Yeah. Is there any other redo I can do here? No, that's it. So it's something I changed not on this view that has now made this view not work. And that was recent. I'm gonna have to go back and like watch this video and see what I changed. Because I have no idea. Was it anything in here? No, it's not that. And the error that I'm getting. Add course review state, add course to personal list. Asynchronous suspension. This might end up being a question for ChatGPT. I don't know what the issue is there. I'm gonna have to go look at that. It seems like delete and add are having the same issue. And I would assume that if I fix one, I probably fix both and delete works then. Should be. What even happened there? Unhandled exception type list dynamic. It's not a subtype. Let's go take a peek. Um, let's go copy this issue here. Seeing what ChatGPT has to say about it. Correctly casting it. So this makes it seem like I need to force cast all the variables, which seems annoying, but I guess maybe it's necessary. So when it's talking about a list literal can't be prefixed. What do you mean? Like that? That's how I'm supposed to do it? Double. And so what, this one is just double. These both are just string. Okay. I believe I did this properly. String dynamic new course. List dynamic courses. And new course, personal courses. Any other declaration that I'm missing? I don't think so. Info decoded. And to list. I guess let's try this. I don't think that's going to do it, but worth a shot, I suppose. New test. Does it have something to do with me trying to delete the course first and that causing issues? Maybe it could. That's making more sense to me. Okay, bear with me. We're going to try this and see if this fixes it. And then I'm probably going to hop off either way. This should be an issue that's not relatively challenging to address once I figure out what's actually causing it. But my hope is that this does it. Because the solution is always turn it off and turn it back on and see if that does it. We'll find out. The app's getting ready to load right now. I guess you can't see the loading message in the bottom right, but it's going. Oh. My screen capture has been frozen this whole time. I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully it hasn't been that long. I don't know. I've been sitting over here looking at it. I didn't even notice that it was stuck. Yeah, alright, we didn't get the error there, so adding is working again. So it had something to do with deleting it and then the way that I was rewriting it. And now I'm getting that issue. So I'm only getting it on the delete, which is good. So the adding, good because the adding course is not the issue, which was my concern. And so I guess the question then is, what am I doing differently? What does it not like? Because I copied this over, did I not? Course info decoded. The string is exactly the same. Widget ref, we've got an integer that we're tracking just to make sure we're deleting the right one. You can try to like force the type on everything, like we just did for the adding a course. But I mean, that should be the only difference, because otherwise the code is an exact match for adding courses. So at a minimum, this print statement should run. There should be no errors before this one. And clearly in the output, it's not running. The type not being forced doesn't seem like it would be the issue. I'm pretty sure the add course was working before that. But we're going to try this one more time. I think I need to uninstall just based on my previous experience. It seems like after trying to delete the course, previous experience being 5 minutes ago, that deleting the course was causing the issue. And then I couldn't even add a course. So now we'll do this. I can hopefully add a course and then try to delete it again. And if the typecast isn't working, then I'm gonna have to go through and do a little thinking. I can understand if these were having issues just because it's code that doesn't exist in the add course, because this is us removing it. Specifically, this is us removing it. But above this print statement is now exactly the same code as the add course. So there really is no reason that it shouldn't work, I don't think. But we're going to try it one more time. The forcing type, if that fixes it, that'll be interesting. Did not fix it. Still got the same error here. Okay, well, we will have to go through that and figure out what's going on there. I'm probably just going to go try to recopy the code. I really don't know. Of course, I'm sure something is slightly different and that's why it's not working. I'm going to call it there. I got to finish packing. It's getting late. But yeah, we'll be back next week, hopefully after a successful showing up in Idaho. Probably focus on fixing some of these small issues over the weekend, and then we can jump into some more big features next week. Excited, and my hope is that I'll get to start building out Tour Life soon. That's definitely the part of the app that I'm most excited about. The tournaments themselves will be cool, just the base tournaments in the app, but getting like season points and earning a tour card and all of that, I think will be pretty neat. So I'm excited to start building that out, making some graphics for it. But yeah, that'll wrap it up for tonight. Went longer than I intended to, but we run into issues. So thanks to anybody who watched this after the fact, and we'll see you next week.